Hello and welcome to this short video about mind maps. Mind maps are often a tool for planning that we don't really think about. I think that they've probably been overused during your educational journey where you have been told to make a quick mind map or something, but mind maps are absolutely brilliant for planning. They allow us to visualize the project and allow us to kind of plan out the tasks and the subtasks and the procedures that we're going to have to do. And if this leads to this, then what does that lead to? And then make a link between this point and that point. And it just helps us to create a sort of visualization of the project from a sort of bird's eye view perspective. They're also really good for revision. If you can get into the habit of making mind maps, they're good for revision, and you could use them towards your mock exams and your real exams in the summer term. And they're really good to refer back to. In terms of this coursework, the mind maps fall into a sort of initial plan section of the coursework where we begin to think about it with other things such as tasks, lists, success criteria, resource lists, etc. These move into more complex planning tools such as Gantt charts, PERT charts, and planning some sort of mitigation. And in the end, the hopeful outcome is that all the plans lead to a successful execution and completion of the project. If it was me and I was creating a mind map, I would create a separate mind map for each task that I've been asked to complete. So if the exam board have asked you to complete 5 tasks, I'd create 5 different mind maps. I'd also create one for the actual scenario itself, and so I'd come out with 6 mind maps in total for a 5 task project. Now, when you create a mind map, it's a really good idea to start thinking about what it is that you're going to put it into it. And so what I would like you to do is I'd like you to create a mind map going on a journey from the beginning, the very beginning of the scenario, and planning out what it is that you need to do or what it is that you're thinking. I just want to see your thoughts on the paper. I want to see that you've given some sort of thought to what the scenario says. The scenario mind map might be, oh, they've asked me to do a letter, and then a second branch off that might be, I'm going to do that on Microsoft Word, and a third branch might be, I need to know who I'm going to send it to, and so on and so forth. For the actual tasks, they may be a little bit more split up into, this is the task, here are the subtasks, and within those subtasks, these are the bit that I need to do. So there's no real structure to this that you need to follow, but if I was you, I would follow the idea of you putting down your thought on paper. On the last slide, I talked about if you're doing this digitally. There is no expectation for you to do your mind map digitally. You can use a piece of paper and a pen and some highlighters and do it that way, and then we can scan it in. But if you want to do it digitally, a really good tool is Mural, and I'm going to put this link into the homework for you. When you've logged into Mural, which you can do using your school Google account, you get to a page that looks similar to this. You want to create a mural, okay? And you're going to go for a blank one. I would always recommend using a blank one, and then you're not trying to make it work. When it loads up your blank mural, you get presented with a series of options down the left-hand side here, okay? Different shapes, different icons. You could put pictures in there and things like that. And you want to start creating your mind map, okay? So this might be scenario in the middle, okay? And then from that, I'm going to create some more text options up here. And I'm going to put create an interactive presentation. Now that's huge, so I'm just going to highlight that and press the down one. There we go. Right, okay, I'm going to bring that up here. All right. And now I'm thinking I might use PowerPoint for that. So I'm going to bring that over here. I'm also beginning to think, actually, if I'm using PowerPoint and I need it to make it interactive, I need buttons and pathways through the presentation to think about. Okay, because that's going to make it interactive. Hyperlinking. So hyperlinks, and you'll see that I'm beginning to build my my mind map. Now you can then put some arrows between it. So I'm going to take this to here, and then click the arrow again. I'm going to take this to here. I'm going to take this down to here. Okay. Now I work really well visually. I really like visualization. So I often go to icons and I bring in some things that are going to jog my memory. So I'm going to put in button and see what icon they've got. and I'm going to, oh yeah, that's like a joypad that I see on a on an Xbox controller or something. But equally, that's like a button on my shirt. So that to me is a button, and this is like the X Factor button. I think I like that one, so I'm going to press that one. I'm going to bring it in. I'm going to just put that up there. So now when I see that, I'm going to think I need to put some buttons in. Links. So hyperlinks. I'm thinking a chain at the moment. So I'm thinking about a chain, and there you go. They've given me a little chain icon. I'm going to bring that up. I'm going to put it up here. PowerPoint. That's an interesting one. Okay, so I'm just going to put in presentation, see what comes up. Okay. And here is a guy presenting something to someone. So that's really good. I'm going to bring that up. I'm going to just put it here. Okay, so now I know this is talking about the presentation section. I don't think anything will come up when I put PowerPoint, because this isn't Microsoft, but we'll see. We'll see what comes up. Oh, there we go, a little P, which is like the PowerPoint logo. Brilliant. That is quite useful for me. Okay, and then scenario. Okay, I'm gonna leave that one because I don't really know what the scenario is, or I'm saying that I don't. But say I was working with something with cyber security. I'm gonna put in cyber. I'm gonna look. Is there anything there? There are some cyber things there. That one's quite good. Cyber security. It looks like code in the background and a little padlock. This is only for me, so I'm going to make this work for me. And hopefully you get the idea there. And I'm looking for 6 separate mind maps that are all maybe together. You can make this page bigger, then I can link this to this and this to this and so on and so forth. But I want to see your ideas. I want to see what it is you create. Best of luck, and I'll have a look at these after half term.